3.5, perform basic matrix operations.
A basic matrix.
Yes, now we get to learn the cheat code.
Or the quiz that we took.
This is not the cheat code.
This is not what cheat code is. So we're not learning.
You don't know enough about matrices to be a cheat code yet. Alright. Adding and subtracting matrices, perform the indicated operation if possible. You're going to find that the next few sections, a lot of them are going to say, if possible. They have to have the same dimensions for you to add and subtract them. So something like number 4. I have a 2 by 2 matrix, and when I'm saying the numbers that go in a matrix, I'm going to say like top left to right, and then I'm going to go down to the next row, left to right is how I'm always going to refer to them. So 5, 2, -1, 8, plus another 2 by 2 matrix, -8, 10, -6, 3. Alright, so this is a 2 by 2 matrix. This is a 2 by 2 matrix. I would just say get in the habit. You don't necessarily have to write them, but at least think about what they are. So remember, it's rows first, then columns. Rows are what's going side to side. Columns stand tall, so that's what's up and down. Because when we get to multiplying matrices, which I think is 3.6, you have to verify stuff about their dimensions. So I would just get in the habit now of at least paying attention to that. These are the same dimensions, so I add across in each position. So this is going to result in a 2 by 2 matrix. It will be 5 plus -8, so that's -3. 2 plus 10 is 12. -1 plus -6 is -7. 8 plus 3 is 11.
Our work in the pot is what
I'll be on every time.
is what
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
really frustrating.
is what is in the the half boxes. Are those ordered pairs? Are those just numbers?
No,
That's a matrix.
they're numbers. It's a matrix.
I don't
It's a
know what
quadruple pair.
that's what this matrix is.
Not that one.
And the plural is matrices, not matrices.
Matrices.
No, matrices.
Tricks over
Is it
kids.
points
TRICES.
Is it points off?
Matrices.
It will be if you keep annoying me with it because,
What do we get 2x to?
Are tricks for kids?
huh?
What do we get 2x to?
2 times 2.
It's a 2 by 2 matrix.
Oh, so yeah. That simple lumber from Lowe's.
I don't use X for multiplying.
I
But
hate
it kind of means the same thing.
Don't hug me, I'm real sweaty.
It's 2 by 2 is just sides 2 times 2.
Today in
Alright, 6.
Exactly.
2 by 2, 4, -5, 8, 1, minus a 2 by 1, 2, -1.
Wait, that. How? Wait, it's not possible because it doesn't have the same dimensions.
Correct. It is not possible.
no solution.
No, we write not possible. And then you have to give a reason. Dimensions don't match.
Unmatched
This is a 2 by 2. This is a 2 by 1.
Are you okay? Yes.
Wow.
What is a matrix with only one number? Does that exist?
Square matrix.
What is that? What?
We'll find out as we go farther in matrices. Now, if this had been a minus sign up here, okay, you would just have needed to pay attention. I will always read it like whatever the sign is. So up here, every time I said 5 plus -8, 2 plus 10. So just make sure you like pay attention to that sign, because if it's a minus, obviously a negative and a negative are going to make a positive, so make sure you pay attention to that. Now, multiplying by a scalar. So if I just take a matrix and I multiply it by a single number, that's multiplying by a scalar. That's going to be different than when I have two matrices being multiplied by each other. So that's like an entire section in and of itself. 2 times the matrix, -1, 4, 3, -6. All this means is I'm going to take and I'm multiplying 2 by every single number in here. So 2 times -1 is -2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times -6 is -12. And make sure that you leave space between your like columns. Okay, your rows basically should be on a line each. Do not smush an entire matrix on one single line. Never had someone do that, but I'm
I want
just.
to try that. Would you be mad
If
we
you
did
want
that
a
one?
0, then you can do that.
I'll try that. I don't want a 0. You know what that is. What? I don't have a pen. So.
All right, 14. 1/2 times the 3 by 3 matrix, so -2, 8, 12, 20, -1, 0, -8, 10, 2.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. This one's a lot.
Why did this
Wow, Zach, thank you.
get right up there?
It was just something I noticed. Abstract.
Now, fortunately, most of these numbers are even, so things are going to reduce nicely. That doesn't always happen, but
I knew that.
1/2 times -2 is -1. 1/2 times 8 is 4. 1/2 times 12 is 6. 1/2 times 20 is 10. 1/2 times -1 is -1/2. 1/2 times 0 is 0. 1/2 times -8 is -4. 1/2 times 10 is 5. And 1/2 times 2 is 1.
So for the answer, do we always have to put the brackets, or do you want us to box the answer?
You.
What if you multiply?
You can just do the brackets like that.
Okay.
As long as your work is like neat and organized where I can follow what's happening, you don't really need to box it. All right, now I'm going to show you how to use your calculator, but it's still not your cheat
I don't know
code.
how to use the calculator.
15. -2.2 times the 3 by 3 matrix, 6, 3.1, 4.5, -1, 0, 2.5, 5.5, -1.8, and 6.4. And now you can tell me thank you for not making you multiply those numbers by hand.
Thank you for not making not multiply those numbers by hand.
Thank you for
Thanks.
And you have a better appreciation for your calculator.
I think I just killed my calculator.
Here, you can use Lily's. It's dead.
Zach killed it.
She gave it to me and it was already
When I had some friends who were British and I said, my phone's dead so I can't text you or something like that. They said, wait, what happened to your phone?
Wait, how?
Because you say the battery's depleted over there.
Wait, how'd you
That sounds
text
so
him?
British.
How'd you text
The
him? if it
battery's
was-
depleted.
Wait, Dan, how'd you text him if it was already dead?
Great.
No, what I said was like, they asked me to do something with my phone and I said, I can't do it, it's dead. They said, what happened to your phone? Like the most sincere way. And I said, like, it's just like it doesn't have a battery, like the
Yeah.
battery's depleted.
When you're in British land, do you feel the need to use it?
All right, what you're going to do is notice that over here, above the x to the -1 is the word matrix. So you're going to hit second, this x to the -1 button, and it's going to bring up all of your matrices
Second matrix.
functions.
I didn't hear that part.
Wow.
Wow. Now-
Whoa.
All right, the names of them are just purely the names themselves. Like if you remember when we were doing the stuff with scatter plots and you had to do like your stat like edit, okay, and then you also had the option of just selecting a list. This is just referring to it by name. You need to arrow over to edit, so arrow to the right until you see edit. It looks the same on the screen, but I'm under edit over here. I would recommend you just use matrix A, but it doesn't really matter. Up here, it has matrix A, and then it has dimensions. What dimension is this?
This one is a 3 by 3.
3 by 3. So you have to hit enter, and notice it changes the dimensions of this matrix that's here now. All you're going to do is type over top of it. So it's going to go across the same way. You're just going to hit the number, hit enter. Make sure when you're using a negative that you use the negative sign at the bottom of your calculator under the number 3, not the minus sign. Doesn't like the minus sign. And if you accidentally type a wrong number, you can just arrow back to the correct one.
Oh, 3 by 3.
I think I did.
Okay.
I would greatly
what is
recommend
that?
once you type in all your numbers
Yeah.
that you go back and look to ensure that they are right so that you don't get an entire problem wrong off of typing something in wrong. I had some kids one time on a open notes and open book quiz cheat with each other
How?
by typing in the matrix wrong. And the reason I knew they cheated was because they all had the same wrong answer on a problem that they typed in their calculator.
Ooh, you're so smart.
I think they're just really slow, man.
So,
Well, if you don't get the
I say that more so from the perspective, it wasn't in this class, it was a different class, but I say that more from the perspective of make sure you check so that you didn't make a mistake as simple as typing a number in wrong, because you're not going to necessarily catch it as easily as you would with something else if you don't do that. So does everybody have this typed in?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're good to this point? All right. Second quit. Now we're going to type in negative 2.2.
Ooh, where's the negative?
Now I'm going to hit second matrix, so second x to the negative 1. Now I need it called by name. I know I put this in matrix A. So I just select enter, and now it looks like this. When you have a problem that you're allowed to use your calculator, this is how you need to write on your paper so that I know that you did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Owie.
Negative 2.8
Negative.
times 43.
It's A, not
Oh, my bad.
A. Wait, you said 8 or A?
You said 43.
So that's your work shown for me knowing you did it on your calculator by telling me what matrix. If you use matrix C, that's fine. Put matrix C down there. Now watch what happens when you hit enter.
Z. Oh my goodness, I love
Whoa.
this. Why do I have an exclamation
Now, you
mark?
obviously can't see the whole matrix right now, so you're going to need to arrow over so you can see the whole thing to write it down.
Guess what that
That's so.
Oh, wow.
So,
Life is good.
negative 13.2, negative 6.82,
My mom would go.
negative 9.9,
Let's give it a
2.2, 0, negative 5.5, negative 12.1, 3.96,
Yes, it is.
and negative 14.08.
I didn't know it was
Why do you do that?
I just
I got the right answer.
That's why I need this opinion. Mason.
You know why it took long? Because she was showing us
How
how
to
to
do
do
it.
it.
And some people need to go slow, Mason.
Buckaroo.
Mason, some people need her to go slow so they understand what they're doing.
Exactly.
Can you do another one?
Bro, it is.
I'm not doing another one like
It's so
this, but
easy,
it'll
guys.
be still with the calculator.
Okay, thank you. 'Cause-
All right, problem 16 through 23
Dang.
give us 4 matrices. They call them matrix A, B, C, and D. Okay? So, what I would recommend you do is when you go to start doing those problems is that you, from your book, copy down matrix A into matrix A on your calculator, matrix B into B, C into C, D into D. Okay? and then do all of those problems together. Now, we are only going to use A and B, so I'm just going to write down what those are. You do not have to write those matrices down every single time that you go to do the problem. Okay? So I'm going to write what matrix A and matrix B are right now. Matrix A is 5, -4, 3, -1. B is 18, -12, -6, and 0. I haven't given you a number yet.
She's helping us do it, basically.
So you do not have to write them all down. If you want them on your paper, you are more than welcome to do so. But when you get a problem, so problem 18 says 4A minus B. Okay? So that's why I said, like, problem 16 through 23 all look like this, like something along these lines. Now, C and D are both 2x3 matrix, so you're gonna have to keep that in mind. If your calculator, well, let me show you something before we type these in. I want to show you something. So just watch what I'm doing. So if I do second matrix A, so I'm just gonna take the matrix that I just had, so the 3x3, and I want to add it to another matrix. Let's say this 2x2 down here that I have. I don't even know what it is. So I've put a 3x3 plus a 2x2. Okay, let's say that you were not paying attention. You just were like, well, the problem says to add A plus C. Fantastic. Watch what happens. It comes up and it says DIM mismatch. That means dimension mismatch. If you ever get something like that, it means it's not possible. Okay, now I would go back and make sure that you typed everything in correctly before you just straight up say not possible. But I can't tell you the number of times someone comes up to my desk on a quiz and says, my calculator's not working. And I'm like, well, then you might want to go back and look again.
I think it's because they weren't paying attention in class. Because you explained it and you explained it very well.
Well, I'm not just talking about for these problems. I'm talking about when we get to a farther along problem with certain things. But if you get an error of dimension mismatch, it doesn't work.
So,
Okay? Yes.
can you multiply different dimensions? Like,
To multiply, they do have to be different.
They have to be different.
they have to.
Not always,
Like,
but
if you have dimension A times dimension B, would that work?
yes.
Okay.
That's next section. I'm not going to get into that right now, though.
Okay. But
All
you
right.
just can't add or subtract.
Zach,
If
stop
it's a
talking.
different.
If they're
Exactly.
different, you can't add or subtract. Correct. Multiplying sometimes, but usually they're going to be different.
Life is so good.
All right, so we're going to go into matrix A and matrix B. Type these in. So second matrix. Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Second matrix.
Second matrix. Over to edit.
Oh, edit. That's where I messed up.
Enter. I need to change this to a 2x2.
Wait, what do you click to?
Just 2, enter, 2, enter. Then you're going to type in the numbers. Remember, it goes left to right and then down. So 5, enter, -4, enter, 3, enter, -1, enter.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Did you get this? Whoa, careful, buddy.
And then second quit.
Did you get it?
Second quit to get out of it. Second matrix, edit. I would just, like I said, I would put them in the matrix that they go with. So 2x2,
2 by
18, -12, -6, 0.
You just like saying flannel.
Now, you absolutely could do these problems by hand, but I'm letting you use your calculator because there's so many different things and it just takes up a lot of time that I trust if you can do these up here by hand, you can do these down here. Now, I'm also going to tell you on this quiz, typically what I do is you have a no calculator page. Once you bring me that, then I give you your calculator.
Should have done it on the other one where I used it on the whole thing when I wasn't supposed to. I forgot I used it on one problem.
All right, second quit. Now, I'm going to do 4 times. These work just like order of operations. Your calculator understands that. So second matrix A
4 times.
minus second matrix B. So now notice it looks just like that. Now, since that's just the problem statement, you don't need to rewrite it. I know you're using your calculator on these ones. equals, my result should be a 2 by 2 because I started with two 2 by 2s. Hit enter, and there's your result. 2, -4, 18, -4.
I finally get it.
You just put the numbers in the calculator, press enter.
No, but sometimes it doesn't click.
All right, any calculator questions at this point?
No, we
Joey-
got it.
All right.
Joey made
Fine, homework, let's go.
I went to ask
We are not done.
Joey said,
Oh!
wait, Joey was like, hey, why do you need a calculator? Calculator this and that.
All right, 24.
What? She called me an 80.
2 by 2, -1, 3x, -4, 5, equals, -1, -18, 2y,
Oh, wait, I can do
5.
this. I can do this. This is
Anyone,
easy.
anyone can do it. Except you. It just took me extra time to do it.
All right, if I have two matrices that are equal to each other, they have the same dimensions. That means that the stuff that's in position 1 has to be equal. Stuff in position 2 has to be equal. And then going down, position 3, position 4, they all have to be equal. So I can clearly see -1 and -1 are the same, 5 and 5 are the same. So what I do is I take the stuff in the other position. I'm solving for the variables. So I would have that 3x equals -18 and -4 equals 2y. So x equals
6.
-6.
-6, y equals
Negative
-2, and that would be your solution.
Okay. Okay, now are we done? So what
No.
if you had a 4 on the outside of it, like you could put 4, like it was 4 times the matrix of the first one, you would just multiply that first one out and then solve.
Clear.
Maybe you should let me finish what I'm doing before you ask questions. If y'all keep like chatting and like trying to be like done for the day, then I will just give you a quiz and I can guarantee you won't be able to pass it because you won't know what you're doing. 26. 2 times the matrix A -x 5 6 minus another matrix 3 -9 10 -4y equals the matrix 13 4 0 16. So when I have a scalar being multiplied by a matrix, I multiply just like I did in the earlier problems that we did. So this is going to give me the 2 by 2, 16, -2x, 10, and 12, minus the other matrix, 3, -9, 10, -4y, and then it's equal to still what it was before. Now at this point, I can't just start setting things equal to each other. I need to actually smush the 2 on the left into 1. Keep in mind that like terms still exist. So 16 minus 3 is going to be 13. -2x minus a -9 is going to be -2x plus 9. So notice I didn't make that some 7x or something like that. Like terms still apply. 10 minus 10 is 0. 12 minus -4y, so 12 plus 4y is equal to the matrix on the right. And notice that the two positions that don't have a variable in them are equal. So that tells me that I've at least started out the right way. So now, -2x plus 9 equals 4. And 12 plus 4y equals 16. And then I just solve for the variable. So -2x equals -5. So x equals 5/2. And then over here, 4y equals 4. So y equals 1.
So why did the sign switch when we're combining the?
It was minus. It was a subtraction problem.
Okay, gotcha.
Any other questions? Now, I'm going to tell you, this is the easy matrix stuff. The sections from here on out will get harder. So your problems are 5, 8, 9, 11, 17 and 21 are calculator problems. And then 25.